Hey, Brandon here. Welcome back to The Buzz. And today I am here with
Steve Mallory from the attorney's office.
All right. The fact that you said the attorney's office is mind-blowing. I think I've been doing innovation videos like this probably over a decade. This is the first one I've ever done with an attorney. And it's interesting because there's so much workflow and process and stuff that gets done in an attorney's office, but it's not typically where a lot of those kind of tech innovations come out of. And when I heard what you were doing with Google Tables, I had to jump on and share. I think it's crazy awesome, and we'll give people a bunch of tools today on how they can get started with it. Essentially what you've done is you've kind of taken Google Tables and created your own Kanban task list, workflow. Do you want to walk us through a little bit of that?
Yeah, certainly. I think it's easier if I share my screen. So let me go ahead and put that up. What I did is what I stole for the most part. It's a template.
That's how all this works.
Yeah, it was really easy. So if you see, I've just got how I organize my task list. I wasn't real impressed with the one that came with Google. What I did is I just kind of set up, and the way it works for me is I have priority tasks, in progress short-term tasks, in progress long-term, supervisors meeting, waiting on responses, and completed. But for the most part, I will use these. So once I get something in as far as, hey, we need you to look at this contract, I can go ahead and make myself a task. And what that allows me to do is put the name in. If there's a due date that needs to be done by, I can put that in. I keep track of my notes. I do it kind of every time I've touched it. I typically don't assign things out, but you could do that. Email links and contact links, they created just kind of automatically fills in there. So I'll drag that task over into the waiting on responses. So if you get into something like this, make sure discovery gets out, say I've sent it out and it's done, and then I can go ahead and take it off priority and just throw it on completed with kind of the easy visual clues, what I've got on to do that day or that week. I can actually link it onto the spreadsheet, so I don't have to go search for, hey, where that spreadsheet is or any of that kind of stuff. And it helps me to organize and have all that kind of connected into one place. And these categories are just super easy to go ahead and change to whatever you want. It is super simple to do. A template that Google Tables had, they have other templates. They have this project design that kind of sets you out with scoping, design, implementation, delivery, and you can move those around too, and they'll change when you move them around. Tables allows you to just kind of take their templates and just roll with them. So this is the one I started with, and you just use the template, and then it will go ahead and give you what it thinks you want. But like I said, it's really easy to change those around and to make it your own. And kind of really found it a good way to organize myself, and especially with the attorney's office having a lot of long-term tasks and some short-term tasks, and some that have deadlines, and some kind of on the back burner until they're on the front burner, and then they really rev up fast.
So I actually use tables for my task list management as well. You know, I've used things like Trello, I've used Asana, and at some point in time, you always hit kind of this rigid limit. You know, I want to add a new field here. I want to be able to add a document here. I want to be able to create a notification here or integrate with my calendar. And I always kind of found that the tools that were crafted just didn't allow me to kind of be creative and expand in the areas that I wanted to. And that's where I found Tables to be really flexible, in that you can use the template and then just explore from there. And with the bot notifications, with the custom emails, with even when you go down the road and you can link tables together with different forms that all go into the same table, you know, you can get pretty wild with it. But yeah, the out-of-the-box customization, I did it for the exact same reason. And as a recovering history major, it's nice to be able to organize data so that I can look at it in a spreadsheet or a grid format or a Kanban card in ways that I wouldn't normally intuitively look at it, and helps me kind of think about my task differently.
Yeah, it gives you so much flexibility, like you said.
Well, thanks for taking the time. And in this post, I'll actually include a link to Google Tables. Google Tables is a part of the environment that we have at Eagle County, and I'll include some of the links to some of the templates as well, including the Kanban one if people want to check that out. And if anybody has any questions about how Google Tables works, or you're just curious about using it for your program or office's workflow, just ping me. I'd love to sit down and talk about tables. I'm that nerdy. So that's where we are. Cool. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.